Ranger Highway. Those have to be out because I saw the white rock. Good evening. It's Thursday night, about 10:04 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And welcome to Indiana. To Indiana YouTube channel. Welcome to Live Chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Welcome to the state of Indiana, USA. Okay. Let you know how I came out at Vision Works. Saw the eye doctor and a couple of good looking ladies. Oh, Lordy. And, my eyes are a little swollen. Keep taking my eye drops and supposed to go back in 2 weeks. I don't know if I'm going back in 2 weeks or not. I don't need glasses. All I need is reading glasses. Is all I need. But I want to talk to you about YouTube. Is that, I watch a whole lot of YouTube's channels. I subscribe to a whole lot of YouTube channels. But since I only got 500 and something subscribers, what I found out through YouTube is you can't subscribe to 2 million YouTube channels unless you got 2 million subscribers. I can't subscribe to any more YouTube channels is because I only got 500 and something. How you expect to grow your channel? I can't subscribe to any more channels because of YouTube's stupid rules. I think it sucks. If I want to subscribe to 1,000, 2,000 YouTube channels, I should be able to do that. You people got YouTube channels. That might be why you're not getting any subscribers, because YouTube put I guess you call it a lock on it. Because the person subscribed to you might have 50 subscribers. And if they don't subscribe to 50 people, then they can't subscribe to your channel. That's how come your people, if people subscribes to your YouTube channel and you get their email, subscribe to their channel and help them get their subscribers up where they can subscribe to more people like this, And, I made it back home, took some cat naps, took a hot shower a while ago. Yes, I got my socks on, people. And I fixed meatloaf that I got hello 709. I passed my eye thing today. That doctor told me to come back and hello, Joanne. Everybody missed you the last couple of nights, but I told them you've been sick. And everybody's getting sick out there on the planet. And if you didn't see it on the news, well, I saw it on the Florida TV news station. The Coast Guard confiscate millions and millions and millions of dollars. I think it was cocaine. I forget, over 500 pounds, maybe more. And that show you drugs are still coming in, but they had that secretary or whatever she was, thanks to Trump. I know you all people don't like Trump, but Trump is cutting the drugs down. I agree with everybody. I try to subscribe to people that I was watching their videos because I love the videos. I couldn't subscribe, because since I only got 500 and some odd subscribers, I cannot subscribe to people. Since I got over 500 probably YouTube channels I can subscribe to, I disagree with it. I disagree with YouTube. I'm debating in 2 weeks to set me up an appointment at Vision Works. I don't need glasses. Reading glasses is okay. I can see the TV. I can read everything on the TV. I begin to read my chat in my YouTube channel. And there's a guy and his wife there. He had cataract surgery. If I don't need glasses, I'm not going to get him. That just, to me, is a scam for all these eye places, make money off of the insurance company. And I'm not one to take advantage of them. If I can see and I only need reading glasses, people, that's all I'm going to get is reading glasses. I think that's waste of money. The idea of getting rid of the cataracts is get you better where you can see, where everything's not blurry. And there's some people, Joanne, that don't need glasses at all. Like my neighbor Kenny, he had cataract surgery. And I don't know if he had the laser or the regular old-fashioned cataract surgery, but when I've been reading, when you have laser surgery, you don't need glasses anymore. And I'm not going to go back when the doctor there last month said, all I need is reading glasses. I'm going with her. This other, it was a woman doctor, good looking, skinny. And I guess that's the first time maybe I had her. And I have to disagree with her. My eye, when this other good looking girl, she'd been there a couple of months, was in training and all this, and she does it herself. But the doctor says my eye looks real good. Keep taking my eye drops, like that. But if that's all I need is reading glasses, I'm not going to spend that money or my insurance to get glasses if I don't need them. I like to save money, but I got bills I have to pay. If it wasn't for paying bills, I'd be rich. I can make $100, $150 a month car payment. What, Kathy? No, you're tapping me on the arm. You're not using your razor blades. And I don't know. I have to wait and see, but I can see everything. It's it's a little blurry. My left eye is a little blurry. The eye test, when you go like that, my right eye is good. I can see down to the smallest one. My left eye, I had problems making letters out. You put the black thing over your eye and you do one eye, then you switch it over to the other eye and all this. And that person puts it down in the computer where the doctor. Highway 150 between North Bradford Road and Palmyra. That's just how I feel. It says on my computer here where I'm at is 36 degrees. Well, I checked the temperature in the house because I keep it at 69. It's about 72 degrees in here. So I guess them double pane windows does pretty good. I just wonder, you people that got those triple panes, how's your temperature in your house? This house was built in 1946, and I think they remodel it, insulation and stuff like that. So, it's pretty nice in here. It's a little bit colder outside when it gets to the single digits. When it gets into single digits, people, it gets a little chilly. It might drop down to about 68, 66, like that. I like it cool in the house. I can sleep like a baby. If I had a girlfriend, she might be a little mad because it's cold in here, but that's what she got me for, snuggle up to me and keep each other warm. I got laughs on that one, but that's how I came out at Vision Works this morning. And they was busy today. I've never seen them that busy. I want to say hi to all the Bettys, Beckys, Kelly, Lisa. That's 4 of them, I think. And you all great people. And I've been listening to trains go by north and southbound on the tracks. Yes, I got my socks on. You usually the first one on here. I done said I had my socks on. Got out of the shower. I like taking a bath, people. But once I sit down, I need a tow truck to get me out of the bathtub. I can't get out. I go to my doctor, I think the 31st, I think. Yeah, 31st. About It was about 2 weeks from Monday, so I got to go to that about 9 o'clock. So, that's how my day went. But I'm still mad at YouTube. They shouldn't set a limit on how many people you can subscribe to because, you know, because you're trying to help other people out and this and that. By me, where I can't subscribe it to any more people until I get more subscribers. Does that make any sense for your YouTube people? Does that make any sense? I don't think it does. As far as LG, my kitchen stove, I haven't heard a blankety blank thing from those idiots. I haven't heard anything from the BBB or the Federal Trade Commission or the TV troubleshooter. I haven't heard from anybody. It's stupid. And I've been watching the DUI guy because he's done uploading videos about the Karen Reed thing. And when I don't like people, why haven't Karen Reed's lawyer asked for a change of venue, change of judge? Because she's not going to get a fair trial. What I saw in the first trial, which I covered it on my YouTube channel every day, I believe from what I heard, she's innocent. I believe that Judge Beverly, or whatever her stupid name is, I figure she's on the take. Some judges does get paid off, people. But why haven't her attorney asked for a change of judge and a change of venue? Usually something like that, you ask for a change of venue and judge because you're not going to get a fair trial. How many court cases you watch on TV? I watch them all the time. And thanks to the DUI guy, well, Legal Vice is dead, so I can't watch him anymore. There's another guy, I can't remember what his YouTube channel is. He's a lawyer. He explains everything to you. And I'm not that smart. I'm kind of dumb. I know some of you said, don't put yourself down, Tom. I'm just being honest. And that's the only way to be honest with you all. All the kitty cats got fed, the inside and outside. I dumped a large cup of dry food in the pan. I got a big pan for the other cats. It's in here. And the little pan I got up on the bed, I usually got it for Margaret and Alex, where they can eat without fighting over the food. And I got a thing last night. I want to share the song But, that angel that I told you about that God sent me to watch her video, she's an angel in my book. She recorded a song in her voice. Then I don't know what kind of app she used or program that she can do her voice again within the music. That sound like two people, singing at the same time. I like to share that, but I know the song and it's copyrighted. And I don't want to get in trouble since it's not the girl that sings it that has the copyright. It's somebody else sings it. And like I say, that angel from God, she got a beautiful voice. That's how come I play the music, because I want to help her get the notification that she deserves, maybe get a recording contract. She done a song about her dad, and she done a song about her ex-boyfriend. I'm watching on TV, if you all like him, Jack Hanna. And I like watching his shows. I know the reruns, but I've been to Dayton. I've been to Florida. I've been to Jacksonville, St. Augustine, and a little small town called Green Cove, which is around St. Augustine. I went to school there for 3 weeks, which I can't mention it because I can get in trouble. It's kind of like a government school. Went to that fort there in St. Augustine. I can't remember what the name of that fort was. And when we went there, I said, man, I've been here when I was a little kid, maybe 8, 10 years old, something like that. And it still looked the same. But I remember being there, I had my blue Plymouth when I went there, and my roommate had a Volkswagen, one of them old Volkswagens, but it was diesel. And them things get good gas mileage. We paid $5 a piece to take that trip, and I think he got maybe 100 miles to a gallon or something, because I forget where that young man was from, and he still had over a half a tank of gas where he came from. So it got better gas mileage than my old blue Plymouth Fury. And, I wouldn't mind having a old Volkswagen diesel. I think they got over 100 miles to a gallon, I think. I could be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time that I've been wrong, people.
I'm not on my studio mic. I'm on a computer mic. And when I checked in this morning at Vision Works in Clarksville, Indiana, and got up to the table, and she said, "You still live at the same address?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." "Same phone number?" "Yes, ma'am." "Same insurance?" "Yes, ma'am." Why do I have to go through that every time I go? Tried to get out of the chair. I almost fell flat on my face. Like I'm losing my balance. I'm having problems getting out of a chair. That's how come, since it's getting warm, I can go outside, get my exercise and all that. There's one of them, what kind of animal? Not a badger, not a werewolf, Wolverine or something. One of them mean-looking animals. But I wish Canada would have videos like Alaska. Build what I watched today, building in Alaska. And, building houses, moving to Alaska, building a house for somebody else to live in. Why can't Canada have a TV show like that where people build houses in Canada or move to Canada, buy houses in Canada, stuff like that. Well, that's what happens, people, when you got air conditioning. It's nice and comfortable in the house. You go outside, your glasses get all fogged up because you hit, Transylvania Devil. That's what it is. That's what I'm watching on Jack Hanna.
Wombat or dead wallaby. The first one turns up and starts tearing it apart, and they've got a specially designed teeth, to break through the bone.
Come on, settle down.
They work together.
It never fails. When I get on the computer, your kitty cat goes crazy. When I'm not on the computer, you're a good kitty cat. Why don't you want me to get on the computer? If that wasn't for these people sending me money on PayPal and Cash App, you might not have the extra food. So you all got to behave yourself. Like I say, kitty cats is like in their terrible twos. If I had those Maine Coon cats, I wouldn't have so many kitty cats. Because a Maine Coon cat is equal to two of my cats. The bigger, the heavier, like that. So if I had those Maine Coon cats, it would eat me out of house and home. I couldn't afford to feed them. I think they weigh around maybe 50 pounds, give or take a little. I did find my other remote control after about a week. I usually keep it underneath my slanted white pillow. For some reason, it was underneath one of my other pillows. Lay down. Lord. I forget where I know where I was at. I stopped at Walmart in Clarksville. I was looking for something. They didn't have one I was hunting for. I think this couple had 5 kids. Me, I would spank a few of them. That's how bad they was. And, man, I'm glad I'm too old. I wouldn't want any more kids. Lordy, those idiots. I was upset. You know, back in my younger days, I wouldn't mind 10, 20, 25 kids like some people have. Lord, 8 kids in a house, but I had different women and didn't have that many kids in the house. I got over 15 kids and over 15 grandkids, probably 10 great grandkids, I think. You know, I couldn't raise a kid nowadays. I don't know how these mothers can afford to feed their babies. I guess they're breastfeeding them now more than what they was when my kids was born. And baby formula is so high, I don't see how the new mothers can afford to feed them baby formula. Diapers, they gone out of this world. When I was a baby, I had cloth diapers with safety pins. And, you know, that's how it was. I think they need to go back to cloth diapers since the other diapers cost a whole lot of money. That's what I believe. Thank you, Joanne. I used to watch him every week, Ma and Paul Kettle. If you don't know who Ma and Paul Kettle is, it was an old black and white TV show. I guess you classify them as hillbillies, I would think. Ma and Paul Kettle. Yeah, it's M-A and P-A Kettle. Kettle. You'll look it up maybe on YouTube or in your search engine. It's a good old black and white TV show. It's a family show like Lassie and Leave It to Beaver, Bonanza, Gunsmoke. Fury was about a horse. Then you had Sky King. He was a rancher with a twin-engine airplane. That, you know, those are family shows. And you had Happy Days with Fonzie, Richie, and all them. Then there's a bunch of old shows. There's a Rin Tin Tin. It was a German Shepherd that this boy had, got adopted by the cavalry, back in those days. And there's another show with a boy and a girl in it, Buffy and Jody, and their butler, and Hogan Heroes. I still watch Hogan Heroes on TV. Green Acres, everything's a Petticoat Junction. Lassie was about a collie dog, and what was the boy named? Tim, I think. But I do watch reruns. And you all remember Chips with Punch and all them highway patrol riding those motorcycles. That's just, I know there's more TV shows back then. Then you had My Favorite Martian. It was a black and white TV show before they came out with colored. It was a family show. It's made for family. And on a local TV, well, it was about 100 miles away. It was out of Bloomington, Indiana, WTTV. I think Saturday night they had Sammy Terry. He was a scary guy with makeup. I think it was a black and white show. And wore a mask and all that. I don't know if there's reruns of Sammy Terry anymore on TV, but it used to be on Channel 4, Bloomington, Indiana, WTTV. Old Sammy Terry. He has to be dead. My mom and me will watch it on Saturday night and, go to church the next day. They had some scary shows. I like Lassie. I forget who it is on YouTube. He shows some old movies on his YouTube channel. And like Car 54, and the Monster. There's this one that was a police show with, I think it was called Highway Patrol, I think, with, what's the guy in it, Crawford or something? It was, I think it was called Highway Patrol. I like old TV shows. I might be old, people, But they was more of a family show. What they made for family was young kids. And some of you all, at least 60 years old, you all remember Dick Clark, American Bandstand. And you had the Beatles on there. What is it? Jackson 5, the black and white. Then it went to color. I remember a show like at 709, but I couldn't remember if it was a German Shepherd or what, that it did go town to town. I remember it, but I like to watch these old shows. It brings back memories. I was watching a show on TV maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I think it was called The Sheriff or something. And this deputy took over as sheriff. And he took over at the end of the weekly show. I figured the next year they would have it back on. It never did come back on. It was on just for one season. Man, the shows that I like, it makes it one season and they'll bring it back. I love watching that show. He was a good deputy and he was a good sheriff. But he was a good sheriff compared to what we got around here where I live. But if you all remember, what was it with Puzzler in it? Walking Tall. He took out the crime. And also, people, another show I like was with Uncle Joe in it is Petticoat Junction. Yeah, on Dragnet with Jack Webb and Harry Morgan, who played Colonel Potter in MASH. There was Dragnet, but there was another show like Dragnet that came on. But I can't remember the name of the show. And you had Baywatch. I still can watch Baywatch on TV, with Hobie in it and all of this. They're great shows. And people, subscribe to my channel where I can subscribe to other people's channel. That might be what the problem is. That some of those YouTubers that don't know that can't subscribe, because I remember this one saying a couple of nights ago that they subscribed to me. I didn't get any email from that person. The shows they got today, maybe because I'm old, don't want to change, but I like old TV shows. It's a it was made for family. No cussing, this and that. And also Perry Mason, Adela Street and Paul Drake. Old Black. I still watch him every day. Perry Mason comes on at 9 o'clock in the morning, my time, Eastern Standard Time, then I think 11:30 at night he comes on. I used to sit there with my mom, watch Perry Mason, Diagnosed Murder with Dick Van Dyke in it. What came on after? Because there was 3 shows that my mom would watch, in the morning or at night, Like I was watching a movie with this sweet lady I was married to because she loves scary movies. I think it was called Motel Hell, I believe. And people come up missing in Motel Hell. And people dig a hole, put the bodies in the ground, cut the voice box out, and sold hamburger and steaks like that. She was scared that night. I was scared because that was a scary movie. Yeah, Highway Patrol. And I couldn't think, I love Dallas. My mom used to watch Dallas. And JR, I think JR was an a-hole. You always got to have somebody bad in shows, but JR, he was an a-hole. I think I got the right one. But I like watching old movies. I'm keeping a time because I try to keep it at an hour, But I'll be on the road tomorrow where I film it. I got medicine to pick up. My son got medicine. And I got to get me some more bananas. I got to check on my one card because that one card I got, I can only buy healthy food. I can't buy no ice cream, no pizza, because it's not classified as healthy food. I can't buy no candy. I can buy oranges, salads, stuff like that, watermelons, cantaloupes. I can buy it with this card. I had popcorn a while ago and some more meatloaf. I guess my son got some because I swear I had it in the oven, open icebox, so he must took it out of the oven and put it in the icebox. So I have to go to Walmart and get me some more meatloaf. But it's about $8, people, to buy that meatloaf and stick it in your microwave. But I had a couple of wives. They was great cooks, I miss their cooking. They could fix fried chicken. They could fix good meatloaf and other things. They fix healthy food. I like to find me, another good looking woman, but getting married again, I don't think so. We might live together, but I don't think I get married again. That like I say, you know, if one of my ex-wives wants to get in touch with me, all they have to do is ask one of my kids and get me get my phone number and text me, because I don't answer calls. It's not in my phone book. And I usually keep my phone turned off all day until about 8 or 9 o'clock, because I get so many scam calls. And I get texts that scam deals, you know. But I guarantee you, son, Joanne, my son got a whole lot of DVDs. I got maybe 10 to 20 CDs that's in my dresser. You know, I forget what they are. I like to watch DVDs, but, you know, but my DVD player quit, so I get one another day. But I like old TV shows. I know I'm old and old-fashioned. I do watch some church videos on TV. Used to watch Billy Graham. Now it's his son taking over. I watch Hagee. I love watching him. I haven't seen too many of his shows in Sunday service of Hagee. Maybe he passed away. Maybe that's why he's not on TV anymore. Because I used to watch Hagee. Mom and me would watch him every time he was on TV. She loved old Hagee, the preacher. He'll tell you like it is. But people, you need to help me out. Get my watch hours up. Get my subscribers up. The more subscribers I get, the more people I can subscribe to. I bet I watch over 100 videos on YouTube. HOAs, you know, police pursuits. I see some of 709 videos. I watch that angel that God sent me singing videos. You know, I watch them about every day because I get bored. Because I don't have nothing to do. Well, I got something, but my health won't let me do some things. You know, I've been working on cleaning my living room, thinking of moving this big table out there in the living room. That way I don't have to unplug everything and worry about the kitty cat biting my cords. They leave everything that got electricity alone. So I figure if I move that into the living room, I got to make room right there by the window where the register is and put my computer in there is what I have to do. So I'm going to work on that this summer. And I want to paint my living room maybe sky blue or some kind of blue is what I plan to do. I like to paint the bathroom walls. I haven't decided if I want to paint it yellow or blue or purple. I don't know. I like to paint the back bedroom. I collect music, but when my a-hole brother kicked me out of the house, he got all of them or threw them in the garbage. I don't, oh, there's a porcupine. I love old music. What's that one? Was it Tennessee Ernie Ford? I had that. I had some Elvis Presley LPs, which was 33s, Blue Hawaii, and the Green Beret guy, Sergeant, I forget what his name. I had an LP of his, which was 33s, which you younger people don't know what a 33 LP album is. You had 45, 78s, and 33s. Before they came out with an 8-track, cassette, and CDs, and stuff like that. So, I love y'all. It's about time for me to get off of here. And I know people has to go to work, has to get up and get their kids off of school. And I'm going to probably go in the bathroom. I said, did I take my medicine today? Well, I'm not going to take it tonight because I can't remember if I took my medicine today or what. So I take it tomorrow when I get back home. So thank you all, great people, YouTube, my YouTube family. I still got an a-hole on here, but that person's going to get caught. I don't know why he's stalking me, this and that. And you saw me this morning taking that road trip to Vision Works. I had this 18-wheeler, kept blinking his lights off and on and turned his four-way flasher. So I got off at exit 16. Got up. You figure he would stop and tell me what was wrong? No, I don't know who that idiot was, but I didn't see nothing wrong with my car, nothing dragging or anything like that. So I didn't know what was going on with that 18-wheeler and my white Freightliner. Couldn't figure out why, but I did pull over. Good night, all you sweet ladies and people sitting in the background. I love you all. You all have a great night. Have sweet dreams. Take care of yourself. Your family comes first. I would play that music, but I got my cell phone turned off and got it charging for tomorrow. You all take care of your health. Get over your flu bug. And say prayers for all the people it has cancer. I hope to. maybe be about a lady or an ex-wife. I have dreamed about one of my ex-wives, but she was real lovable in that dream. Didn't threaten me, treat me like a king. I guess because we both was old. Okay, people. Bye. I love you all. And I'll see you later. Might not be on here tomorrow night. I might take Friday and Saturday off. I don't know. I love you all. Bye.